game of the night here at the Smith Fitness Center at Fort Moore, Georgia. Day 3 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines, and we have got a treat for you tonight. The Navy men, the Marines. It is an inter-service rivalry. The Navy, Joel, come in 2-0, looking to stay unbeaten.
And even though Navy's unbeaten and the USMC is winless, I expect this to be a very competitive matchup. The game will be closer than the records indicate.
Let's send it over to the PA announcer for the starting lineups.
Starting with number 2, Karan LeBron. Number 24, Joshua Wallace. Number 14, Nayan Ashley.
That's my boy. He's a team.
Number 3, John Carter.
Club.
And number 1, Chris Harris. Give it up for the. Now for the home team, we have number 4, Ryan McGee Coleman. Number 14, Brendan Clay. Number 22, Tyler Nelson. Number 5, William Bobby Miles. And number 30, Matthew Sellers. Give it up for the home team. Our Navy men. Also for our officiants, we have Vic, we have Derek, and we have Eddie F. Give it up for our officiants, y'all.
Starting lineups are on the floor for the Marines. In the front court, Karen LeBron, John Carter, and Chris Harris get the call. Nayan Ashley gets his first start of the tournament, Joel. And how about Joshua Wallace, the big guy out there, getting the call as well for head coach Brandon Mitchell of the Marine Corps. The Navy, their usual starting lineup, Ryan McGee Coleman and Bobby Miles, as well as Brendan Clay in the front court, in the back court, Tyler Nelson, and the big guy, 6'10", Matt Sellers for head coach Micah Bonner. So about ready for Navy and Marines.
Coach Mitchell throwing a wrinkle in his starting lineup with Wallace, who didn't get much playing time in his first game, but he's here in the starting lineup today.
I talked to Coach Mitchell before the game, and he said two things. A, Wallace is going to be in the starting lineup. See how that goes with the bigs of Navy. And he said that running the point today for the Marines will be Chris Harris.
Chris Harris is a wily vet, and that's a great start for the Marines. Nayan Ashley with the foul line jumper.
Away we go. Matt Sellers, the big man, misses the 3, and it's John Carter, the former midshipman, down with the rebound.
And that's a name we'll probably hear a lot tonight. John Carter, bona fide scorer. Ashley coming out very aggressive this evening.
So Ashley at the free throw line. That foul whistled on Brendan Clay for Navy. That's his first. Ashley had 4 points in the game last night against Air Force. First free throw on the way. Misses. Marines hitting 56% from the free throw line in the tournament. They were 11 of 18 yesterday, 61%. In a game they lost 75-67 to Air Force.
It's early, but it's important for the Marines to get off to a very, very good start, not get in a hole right now, and control the flow of the game to get their first win.
Sellers trying to take advantage of Wallace, but unsuccessful on the first go. Carter, stop and pop. Sellers down with the rebound. Navy quickly up the floor in transition. Bobby Miles for 3.
Both teams trying to fill themselves out. I expect the game to settle down. It's up and down right now.
Karen LeBron in the starting lineup as well for the Marines today. Wallace will take the shot, and he hits.
Wallace making his presence felt early, getting the start by Coach Mitchell. That's a great sign.
5-0 run for the defending champs to start this game.
Absolutely, and Coach Mitchell, he emphasizes championship plays, and his team is making a couple of those right now.
John Carter on the foul away from the basketball.
That elevator screen is one of Navy's pet actions, trying to get Nelson at the top of the key. He's a very capable three-point shooter.
So Miles will inbound in front of the Marine bench. Going back to Sellers. And how about Karen LeBron? He just took it away and did not find Chris Harris with the pass. And I think he just told Karen LeBron, hey, hit Carter.
Yeah, on the other end, though, Sellers, I don't think he's used to having someone in this tournament who can look him in the eye. So maybe that was a great move by Coach Mitchell to put Wallace on him in the game, in the starting lineup.
This could be fun. Clay. And it's Chris Harris, the old vet, down with the rebound. Carter goes to the rack. Offensive foul, and that's bad news for the Marines. That's 2 on Carter.
Yeah, and no sooner than that, Joe Garello comes to the scorer's table. Carter is a key piece for the Marines, a very capable scorer.
That's a tough break.
It is. Carter's a huge loss right now early in the game, especially with the Marines trying to get their first win tonight.
Garello, the sergeant from Marine Corps Air Station Miramar.
Harris doing everything right now to set a positive example and make championship plays for his team.
How about Ryan McGee-Coleman?
Got out a little late to the shooter there on the right wing, and the lefty drains it.
First points of the game for Navy. 2-point lead for the Marines. LeBron, yes.
Way to create space and pull up and shoot that with confidence. The Marines are looking good right here.
Sellers, that looks smooth.
Look, we're in for some action tonight, Dan.
Yeah. Might run out of paper. Chris Harris directing the offense at the point for the Marines. Nyon Ashley. Just a good-looking young player.
And the Marines, they do a great job in their half-court motion offense, moving, setting screens, coming off staggers. Garello gets an offensive rebound there and drains the 3.
That's a good sign. Marines up by 5.
The Marines have a bounce in their step right now. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Sellers. He loves that little hook.
That's a big-time jump hook over to the 6'10 Wallace. Great job by Sellers down low.
Garello, entry pass, Wallace. He'll try the shot. It's Nelson down with the rebound.
6'10 guys going at it right now.
I love big guy basketball.
Getting back to the old school, huh?
How about that? Sellers, 6 points. And the lead down to 1 for the Marines.
Navy stormed back after that 10-5 lead by the Marines. Again, no quitting any of these teams in this tournament this week.
Wallace steps in. That one won't go. Navy coming down the court with the chance to take the lead for the first time in this game. And that one knocked out by Ashley. And Ashley, hopefully he's not hurt, as that's a turnover. Ryan McGee-Coleman coming down the floor. Give and goes. Just sharing the ball, and 8 points for Sellers.
The Marines did not convert in their 2-on-1 break, which led to an ensuing 4-on-1 break by Navy, and they did convert.
Sellers had 8 points against Air Force. Dorello. And Navy coming down to try to flex their lead now. And Tyler Nelson does just that.
Navy's on an 8-0 run after being down 10-5. The Marines really need a bucket right here.
You knew it was going to be a battle tonight, Joel, and it's shaping up early. And that ball is taken away from Wallace. Clay. And Brandon Mitchell says, give me a timeout. Navy, 10-0 run.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, 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 dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate.
.34 to play here in the first half. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines, the Marines and Navy dialing it up here in this first half. A 10-0 run for Navy after the Marines jumped out to an early lead. And how about Matt Sellers of Navy? 8 points here so far.
He's making his mark on the game right now, establishing himself inside early. On the flip side, the Marines have 4 reserves in with starter Chris Harris, so we'll see what the bench can do.
John Carter on the bench. He got 2 quick fouls. So we'll see how long he sits. Chris Harris in the paint, yes.
Great floater by Harris, but Navy is very active on the defensive end. Great job by Harris beating that pressure.
3-point lead for Navy. Noah Valdez into the game for Navy. Ryan McGee-Coleman, and smooth as butter, drops in his second triple.
Is it me, or are lefties just naturally great shooters?
I don't know, but Ryan McGee-Coleman is, no doubt. Harris for 3, yes!
Great rhythm, jump shot, reversing the basketball. Cash from 3.
We hitting triple digits on the scoreboard tonight?
I doubt it.
Dakota Ayala. And last touch by Navy. Jack Brunswick is up off the Navy bench. The Coastie Lieutenant Junior grade. 3-point lead for Navy.
Both teams with a considerable amount of depth going to their benches early.
Dorello drives baseline, reverse layup is good.
Great tough move, driving hard to the baseline, like you said, Dan, with the reverse layup. Usually we see him operating outside the 3-point line. Went inside that time.
Lead down to 1. That's a battle. McGee-Coleman versus Harris. And Dakota Ayala puts in his first bucket of the game.
Great find. Ayala, at the low block, ready for the dump off and finishes.
And Lance Stewart fouled. And Dakota Ayala is going to pick up the foul. So Lance Stewart, the Lance Corporal out of Camp Pendleton, California, at the free throw line.
Lance Stewart is an athlete. If he gets out on a break, it'll be showtime.
Misses the first free throw. That's his first free throw of the tournament. Had 6 points yesterday. He's averaging 6 points a game for the Marines in this tournament. Native of St. Louis, Missouri. Second one on the way, too strong. Still a three-point lead for Navy. Harris not giving Brunswick the chance to shoot a three. Now McGee Coleman, heat check.
And he drains it again. 3 threes in the first half. Got to find him.
Cameron Williams into the game for the Marines. Harris working against Nelson. Wants a screen, gets it. Nice give and go to Stewart.
Great execution. Like you said, Harris called for the screen, went left, found the roller, Stewart, and they finished. Great execution in the half-court set at the end of the shot clock.
Noah Valdez. Harris right away for three. Brought in by Dakota Ayala. 4-point lead for Navy. McGee Coleman, not this time. Harris kind of threw that one up wildly and a foul. And it looks like McGee Coleman's going to be okay. And foul on Stewart, his first.
Very fortunate for McGee Coleman to get up there. You never like to see players land on knees, ankles, legs. That could be very detrimental.
Half of the first half has gone by. It's been a good one. 23-19 the score. Navy on top. Navy keeps possession. Brennan Clay now from three. Yes!
Great fundamental basketball play. Show, one dribble, pull up from three, drains it.
Largest lead of the game for Navy. Offensive foul. Jalen Punter fresh into the game for the Marines.
And that was a great call. He lunged, he wasn't set. He did give him a little shoulder check there. Again, it's up to the ball handler to allow the screen to be set and come off closely in a way that won't be called an illegal screen.
And a foul away from the basketball. And that is going to be on Cameron Williams. Williams, the staff sergeant out of Camp Lejeune.
Shout out to my hometown, Dan, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay, okay. Jack Brunswick.
Even though that shot didn't go down, Navy is a great screening team. Their cutters and their shooters utilize those screens, whether they're on the baseline, on the top. Great job executing by Navy.
Will Rogers brings it across for the Marines, and Cameron Williams deposits a three.
Speaking of screens and ball screens there, pick and pop. Rogers finding Williams for the three.
That ball poked away, but Clay able to get it back. Valdez wanted a three. He's going to go into the paint. Finds Dakota Ayala, who pumps it in off the glass.
And like you said, that play started with Clay. He found Valdez. Valdez turned down the three-point shot and found Ayala underneath on the drop.
Karen LeBron from three. That one finds its way home.
The iron was kind there. That was a big-time shot by McGee and much needed to keep this game close.
4 threes for the Marines right now. And it's a 3-point game on the entry into the paint.
Jalen Punter, he's new to the team, established himself in trial camp this year, has a knack for the basketball, rebounds, loose balls, has the ability to finish inside. He's a very good player.
Really high IQ for a 19-year-old to not try to just take that to the rack.
Bobby Miles goes to the bench with 2 fouls, something to keep an eye on. He's a very key player for Navy.
He's had some foul trouble in this tournament, has Miles. Now Punter working against Sellers. His hook shot in and out. Sellers, a little bit of a size mismatch right there. Gets out of it. Kicks it over to Clay. Fast-moving game here. Cameron Williams up ahead. Punter able to get it back. And Brunswick tried to make the basketball play.
It's the Marines right here. You can't be loose with the basketball. Got to be strong with it. Maintain possession. Good shots.
Chris Harris, after a quick break, back into the game. Will Rogers out for the USMC. 7:15 to play here, first half. Marines could tie it up here. Corello's gonna try. With McGee Coleman down with the rebound.
And we've seen out-of-bounds plays so many times from a lot of teams in this tournament. The inbounder is very alive in terms of coming off screens, and got to be mindful of that if you're the defense.
Clay, step back. Doesn't connect. Sellers, though, there to clean it up. He's got 10.
Weak side offensive rebound again, establishing himself early in this game. He is setting the tone for Navy right now.
5-point lead for the Sailors.
Another staggered screen coming to the top.
And a stoppage. And
Brendan Clay is writhing in pain on the floor. Hopefully it's not as serious as it looks.
so we're going to go ahead and step away. 6:24 to play. Navy by 5. Five-point lead for Navy as we're back to action, and Brendan Clay helped to the side, and hopefully it's something that's not long-term, Joel, as every coach wants to get out of here every game healthy.
Absolutely.
Navy leads at 30-25. Sellers
does a great job. When he catches the ball in the low post, he locates middle to see where the defense is coming from, if the double team is coming, looking for teammates. Great basketball IQ.
McGee Coleman steps in, buries it. 11 points for him.
He's having a great first half shooting the basketball.
Speaking of a nice shot, Lance Stewart with his second basket.
And mind you, 5.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Haven't seen John Carter since he picked up those 2 fouls, but the Marines are still in it, only a 5-point deficit. Good sign. Another elevator screen. at the top. Brunswick didn't have the shot.
Shot clock at 2. Brunswick off the glass. Chris Harris taking matters into his own hands.
Back and forth action right now so far, Dan. High scoring game, as you said.
34-29, under 5 to play here in the first half. Tyler Nelson and a foul. Harris gets whistled for the foul.
Must close out and contest under control. You never want to give up, a foul, a three-point shooter beyond the arc. Just unfortunate there.
Nelson at the free throw line. He's a lieutenant junior grade out of Joint Expeditionary Base, Little Creek, Fort Story, Virginia. Makes the first free throw. He had 16 points in last night's game.
And put on an awesome shooting display.
John Carter has returned to the Marine lineup.
Yes, even with 2 fouls, coach getting him back in the game here. Can't let this game get out of hand.
Timeout on the floor. Navy with an 8-point lead. .443 to play here in half number 1 between Navy and the Marines. Always a battle here. The Navy men sitting at 2-0. The only unbeaten team left in this tournament. The Marines looking for win number 1. So looking at opposite ends of the spectrum here.
Absolutely. It was good to see Brendan Clay for Navy check back in after that fall he had earlier in the game.
He's guarding John Carter. Tough assignment. Chris Harris, yes.
John Carter comes in and immediately makes a play on the offensive end, finding his running mate Harris for the mid-range jumper.
Harris with 9 points. 6-point lead for Navy. And the Marines get tied up underneath the bucket, and a foul, though, is called instead. And that is going to be a foul on Noah Valdez. That's going to be his first.
The Marines love to front the post on defense, as you saw there. The Navy attempted to get the ball into Sellers, lost his balance, and the weak side help was there.
Stewart, nowhere to go. Sellers got in there quick, but Harris is going to launch it from 3, and a foul. Ooh.
Sellers is like a brick wall down low. He just extends himself and it's hard to, shoot over him.
That foul is on Sellers. Dakota Ayala is going to come in here for Sellers.
It's a luxury when Sellers needs a breather to bring 6'8" Ayala into the game, who's a big body as well.
Carter with the shot. 3:25 and counting first half. Tyler Nelson for three.
Secondary action there, driving hard, under control, collects himself, drains the three in transition.
Harris, 11 points. Doing his best to keep the Marines close. Quick timeout on the floor. Marines trailing by 7 here to the Navy. 3:08 to play in this first half. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines. So glad you could join us on the Armed Forces Sports YouTube or Facebook page. Day 3 of this 2024 Armed Forces Championships, and every day the basketball gets better and better.
Absolutely, and that's what you expect as the week progresses.
Marines back on the move here. Harris, 18-footer, no. Ayala corralling the rebound. He's a big Cowboys fan. I know you are too, right?
I cheer for the Cowboys, I do. Hopefully they do well tonight against the Steelers. I don't think we're not going to be out here in time to catch the beginning of that game.
And Stewart gets a shot blocked by Nelson.
It's important for the Marines to string together a couple of stops in the waning moments of the first half.
And Nelson's starting to heat up, Joel.
He is. The top of the key is one of his hot spots. He can drain that three-point shot. Navy stretches it out to a 10-point lead.
11 points now for Tyler Nelson, including the last 2 made triples. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. That ball taken away by Valdez, and then the foul. So insult to injury.
Yeah, frustration foul there, turns the ball over, compounds it with the foul, 3/4, in the full court, send the Navy to the line for the bonus.
So it'll be Valdez. Who had 14 points against Air Force at the free throw line. And Valdez gets his first point of the game. Valdez was a 74% free throw shooter at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. Dude averaged over 13 points a game for 3 consecutive seasons for the Bears.
Consistency.
.45-33, largest lead of the game for Navy. But if we've learned anything these last couple of days, no lead is safe.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
And so did John Carter with the 3. 9 points is the deficit. Tyler Nelson. He kind of put that hand up like that was the heat check.
Absolutely. I mean, the goose's neck, the follow through. Again, that's his spot. The Marines are very fortunate he didn't knock that down. He's wide open.
That's the best feeling in the world, isn't it, when you're feeling like that good?
Hey, confidence is advantageous.
Ooh, Carter just couldn't handle the pass, or he might have got that in. A foul. Tyler Nelson was all over him like glue.
John Carter there again, a staple in the Marines half-court offense is staggered screens. He turned it down there, and his teammate found him underneath.
It's Nelson's first 1-and-1 time for the Marines. Carter, first lieutenant out at Camp Pendleton at the free throw line. Patriot League all-rookie team selection at the Naval Academy, but he misses that one.
Got a great career at the Naval Academy. Started 101 games out of a possible 108 games played.
How about that shot blocked by Karen LeBron? Got right behind Dakota Ayala, the young guy making an impact.
Exactly, and as he blocked it, it came off Ayala. So the Marines have a chance here with under a minute to cut into this 9-point lead.
He's fun to watch, Karen LeBron. Chris Harris working against McGee Coleman. And McGee Coleman with the block. How about that? Quickly in transition, Navy. Tyler Nelson. And a foul. Jillian Punter was with him, though, step for step. He wasn't going to give him a free lunch.
No way Punter is going to let that go uncontested. But how about the touch pass by Ayala? Great vision by the big man on the break to find his teammate, Nelson.
29.9 seconds left, and Nelson at the free throw line. He's 3 for 3 in the game from the charity stripe. Let's take a look at that dunk again. No, sir.
Again, Nelson went up with authority. Not only is he a great shooter, but he'll go strong and try to pipe it on your head.
Nelson is a strong guy. Shot clock is off here. 20 seconds and counting left in this first half. John Carter and the Marine offense trying to get one more bucket before the half. Carter for 3, no. Marines have time, 5 seconds. Carter contesting Valdez, and a whistle.
Very fortunate there in the horn set. Carter might have gone a little bit too early. Shot the shot off the ball screen, but fortunately, going the other way, they deflected out of bounds.
Carter's lucky he didn't pick up his third foul on that.
And I was thinking the same thing, contesting that pass there. That would have been very unfortunate for the Marines.
0.7, it's really just a catch and shoot if you can. And they're going to say that is going to do it for the first half. 47-36. Joel, that was a lot of fun, that first half. I think we're in for some fireworks in half number 2. You were shooing me away from that earlier, but okay, I see you changing your tune. Don't go anywhere. About 14 minutes. We'll bring you the second half.
did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, 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 dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. Dominate, dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. Dominate, dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. take no breaks. Every game I'm never going MIA. Put numbers on the board when I play. Lift the trophy in the air, I can't wait. This time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. This time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. This time I'm all in.
Y'all walk with the big thing, been had the big face, shine with the big screen, been had the juice. Body gon' fill up the group, black 10 low without the roof, might send out the truth. They're like Mac, make long over Shaq, going crazy, no whipping my how they got hooves. Watch how I snapping they neck, they so I don't need to respect, move, I act the fool. It's ludicrous, watch how I'm coming to your hate league team in the months. See, you got shooters, big time rolling up, but can't hit a new rap, John got it, they gun to my shoes. All state, get some insurance, running with a OG, get endurance, better control your breathing. Trash star running over wax, got a pack in the back full of matches, I'm hot as a fever. Already veteran, I don't gotta ask, they gon' let us in, get on my leg. Spinning like a tank on E, hopping out, running down, no feet, baptizing the streets. Yeah, but the tight of them streets, I get it solo, dolo, YOLO, mic in the speaker. I've been killing on my own, I'm serious, going off the dome, I don't need a feature. Bump that, it's a check if I pull it, so cut that. If they come at me, cause I up that. Spirit got on my feet, can't trust that. I got gold on my soul and a mind full of diamonds, so 7-11 can't touch that. Can they come with a hammer, might bust back. But when I go in, they trust that, so they up that. Hold up.
I can't take no breaks. Every game I'm never going MIA. Put numbers on the board when I play. Lift the trophy in the air, I can't wait. This time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, this time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, this time I'm all in. Tell them in the Josie, passed out from the pain in the morning. Put the work in, that's on my calling. Why they be stalling? I go for call, it's like, there it is. Now we back again. I'm a product of my excellence that came with going in, yeah. For the lows to the highs, I've seen it all. Never stand for the bum, but I can't talk. Now I'm finna pop off like a cannonball. Now what's the chance that I'm really a cannon talk? I'm really committed to hustle religious. I run into the point of no end of the fight with defending all of mine. Who'd you pretending I'm one in a million so we can never lose to a squad that be lazy, dog? That'd be crazy, dog. Blackmail really don't faze me, dog. Black man for the black out. If I run 100 yards, feel like shady, dog. Look, I'ma hold it down 10 toes. I was made for it. Yeah, people try to tell me I'm a joke, but I was made chosen. I can't lose, baby. I've been ballin'. Shout out to the ones that got it started. I can't lose, baby. I'm an artist. Shout out to the ones that's going all in. I can't take no breaks. Every game I'm never going MIA. Put numbers on the board when I play. Lift the trophy in the air, I can't wait. This time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, this time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, this time I'm all in.
47-36 the score as we start this second half at the Smith Fitness Center at Fort Moore, Georgia. Final 20 minutes of day 3 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines. It's been an entertaining day of basketball, and I think we're in for some fireworks here in the second half.
I completely agree with you. It's important for the Marines to establish themselves early in the second half, to stay close to Navy, maybe gauge where they are at the 16-minute mark, then the 12-minute mark, and just try to chip away.
Brendan Clay from downtown, but Nelson able to corral the rebound. Nice pass to Sellers, and he got fouled. That was a smooth pass from Nelson.
Absolutely. You have to respect his shooting ability, so he decided not to shoot it and found Sellers on the jump pass. And again, Sellers has established himself in this game. He's been a very key part of Navy's game plan.
So Matt Sellers at the free throw line, and he hits the first one. Take a look. You see the foul right there.
Sellers has great touch for a big man.
Sellers played college ball at Wyoming. His first career start was against Air Force as a senior in 2014.
Another Cowboys, Wyoming Cowboys.
Cowboys fans will do anything. John Carter, yes.
Didn't see much of John Carter in the first half. He was in foul trouble, so that's a good sign. In the second half, pull-up jumper, that's what he does.
Bobby Miles, and the former Florida State Seminole hits.
You cannot leave Bobby Miles open. He's a very capable three-point shooter. He's wide open in the left wing and drains it in rhythm.
14-point lead. Nyan Ashley and the foul. Bobby Miles whistled for the foul, and just like that, Bobby Miles finds himself in some foul trouble, and they're going to have to go to the bench.
Absolutely, a very key piece of Navy's offensive attack. They're going to need him down the stretch.
Ashley 2 out of 3 in the game. The Marines were just 1 of 5 at the free throw line in that first half.
And those points would be valuable, especially, trying to get their first win, maintain, try to stay in the game here.
Second one on the way, and it's good. 5 points in the game for Ashley. And a little pressured look here from the Marines.
The Marines in a three-quarter court 1-2-2 press with Harris at the top, long, athletic, and lanky.
And the Marines get the better of that one. Ashley out in transition. Kicks it back for Carter. Right look, just didn't connect. Up ahead in transition is Brendan Clay. He does connect.
Long shot, long rebound. Unfortunately, the Marines weren't able to get back in transition defense, and Clay made them pay for it.
Nearly 2 minutes gone by here in this second half.
Both coaches do a great job running action for their shooters, be it elevator screens, staggered screens, baseline screens. We see a lot of off-ball action as John Carter drains the three.
His second three-pointer of the game. 8 points in the contest for Carter. Nice pass, but Valdez was met by Stewart.
Again, as we said earlier, Stewart is a pogo stick. He can really get up, and he showed it there on the defensive end by blocking that shot.
And Valdez not only is hurting, but he gets called for the foul as well.
Double whammy, huh?
Insult to injury.
Literally.
Yeah. Marines trying to cut into their 11-point shortfall. Carter working against Sellers. That's in trouble. Red clock rolling under 10. Looking for the pass to Stewart.
Sellers got caught in a switch there. He was guarding Carter, and as he was racing back to his man, LeBron thought he had an opening, but it just didn't work out.
Sellers finds Clay. Navy being patient. Valdez kicks it out to McGee Coleman. He'll take the three. Yes!
And I know it's a small thing, and I keep saying this, but when Sellers catches the ball, that play started with him. He catches the ball, surveys the defense. He looked opposite, got the skip pass, and it led to another pass for the three.
Carter splits the double team, throws up his hook shot, and Navy's down with the rebound. And Nelson will slow things up. Nelson wants a three. Stewart able to bring in that rebound.
Nelson is not shy at all.
Chris Harris, first points of the second half. 13 in the game for him. And at the 16:01 mark, our first media timeout. We'll take it as well. 12-point lead for Navy.
Hey, I'm going out of legend. When you my name, you gon' respect it, cause I did it every time that I said it. Boy, I'm going out a legend. I've been working 24/7. They ain't give me nothing easy, so I had to go and get it. I'm a legend. They gon' try to act like we ain't had it. They can't overlook the way we made it happen, so I'm going out a legend. That's why I'm going out a legend. Yeah, I'm going out a legend.
Navy with a 12-point lead here with 16 minutes to play. Navy looking to stay unbeaten. And that's an accomplishment with this field.
And they've maintained their lead. And 4 minutes into the second half, they've extended their 11-point lead by 1, up to 12 now.
Noah Valdez got Stewart up in the air, able to get closer, gets his own miss. And Navy will reset things here. Nine on the red clock. Now 5 on the red clock. And Valdez and a whistle.
Navy is being very patient on offense, turning down shots, finding open teammates, you know, not rushing when they don't have something, coming to jump stops, excuse me. It's the little things in basketball.
Carter just picked up his 3rd foul. And so it'll be Brendan Clay at the free throw line. Petty officer 2nd class out of San Antonio at the free throw line, averaging 10.5 points a game for Navy in this tournament. And you see the foul right there from Carter. That's Clay's first miss from the free throw line in this tournament. It's 4 for 5. And so no points for Navy on that trip. Chris Harris, immediate 3.
The Marines need a bucket, but, you know, maybe you want to go to your secondary action, move the ball, break down the defense, move it to side, and that's when you're going to get some good stuff.
Dakota Ayala fighting with Garello for the ball, finds Valdez. McGee Coleman finds Valdez on the baseline. Good ball movement. Clay for 3. Missed everything. Navy being patient, though, offensively.
They are. And, you know, even though that was an air ball, you know, they're working the ball both sides, multiple passes. You know, when players don't have something, they'll turn it down, find their teammates for something better, and they're creating good shots out of their offense.
Ashley over Nelson. That was a nice shot.
It was a nice shot and a much-needed bucket.
Got to do, right? Just chip away. Can't get it all in one possession.
You're right, Dan. It's a lot of basketball left. Let's see if they can string together some stops, get some scores, and make this game closer.
Jalen Punter now has 3 fouls. It's the 3rd team foul on the Marines here in this half. Valdez missed the shot. He's taking a beating here in this second half.
Marines with the advantage, 5-on-4, where Ayala gets back into the play.
Grello working against Brunswick. In and out, but Ashley there to clean it up.
Again, stop, score. That's what the Marines have to do. They cut this lead down to 8, and Ashley with 2 big buckets in the last couple of possessions. Great job by Garello fighting over the baseline screen.
Nelson, Punter down with the rebound. Up ahead quickly to Nyan Ashley. And Ashley picks up the foul. And the Marines are chipping away.
Absolutely, and Ashley right now is the catalyst for this run. He's been heavily involved the last couple of possessions on the offensive end. And again, stop, score, stop, score. That's what you're going to have to do to kind of cut down in the lead.
Let's look at it again.
Little shimmy by Ashley there, trying to go over the right shoulder with a turnaround jumper. Draws the foul.
Smooth as silk on those free throws.
Absolutely. 2-possession game. That's Navy.
6-point lead, sorry. Brunswick. Tough break there for Harris. Ayala was in position there. Coach Mitchell letting the officials have it.
Coach Mitchell is working the rest for a moving screen. Navy runs good action. Flare screens, elevator screens, baseline screens. They have a lot in their bag.
John Carter to Garello for 3. Yes! Garello with 8. And the lead down to 3.
With a hand in his face. That was a highly contested shot, and he drains the 3.
Nelson on the other end.
Timely bucket by Nelson there to, stop the Marine Corps' run.
15 points for Nelson on the night. John Carter. Wow.
Post ISO in the mid post, one of your better scorers. He just goes to work. Turnaround jumper. He's a scorer.
10 points for Carter. It's a 3-point game. Punter. Ayala from 18. In and out.
And I think the Marines will live with that. A chance here to either cut it to 1 or tie the game.
Harris surveys the floor. And a blocking foul called against Valdez. That should be his 3rd.
Harris is being very aggressive on the offensive end. Missed some time in the first half with foul trouble. He's making his presence felt here in the second half.
That indeed is his 3rd. I was laughing because when Harris was surveying the field, Carter was like, give me the ball. Boom! On cue. Carter for 3, his 3rd of the game.
How about that tie ball game? Coach Mitchell calls an out-of-bounds play for Carter coming off the screen, and he drains it. He delivers. Great execution by the Marines.
The defending champs from a year ago have brought it all the way back.
Showing that championship medal. There's no quit in the Warrior athletes. Very resilient.
Brunswick turnaround in the lane. And the Marines down with the rebound. Chance to take the lead here. They have not led since early. They led this game 5-0 early. And then Navy started chipping away. They trailed at 9, did the Marines at half. But not on this possession. And Navy now with the chance to take it back. And Nelson does just that.
Nelson wide open on the wing in the transition. Again, the Marine Corps has to find shooters in transition defense.
Game high 18 points for Tyler Nelson. Navy by 3. 3-point game right now, 10:26 to play between Navy and the Marines. Final game of this third day of the 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships, brought to you by Armed Forces Sports. So glad you dialed in with us on YouTube and Facebook. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines. It's been a good one from the Smith Fitness Center. Chris Harris with the basketball for the Marines gives it to John Carter, trying to tie it up. Marines with the rebound. Jalen Punter underneath. Yes.
Absolutely. Jalen Punter is one of those players who's willing to do the dirty work, crash the offensive glass, and has the ability to finish on the inside. 1-point game.
Him and Ayala are battling right now. Joe Stone against Nelson. I think Coach Mitchell put Stone in to put a bigger body on Nelson. Shot from the corner is good for Clay. That's a 3. 4-point lead.
The Marines, you know, they erased the majority of that halftime deficit. Navy's just still hitting shots.
Chris Harris and 1.
Dan, that was huge. Harris has the ability to make contested shots. He's a veteran. He's a scorer. Heck of a basketball player. Going to the line for the and 1.
That was a 2-point shot. 15 points on the night for Chris Harris, and I'd say the experiment of running the point going pretty well.
Absolutely. The Marines here just need to try to get over the hump and get the lead and work toward their first win of this tournament.
Lead down to a stick man. 65-64 Navy. 9-11 and counting to play. Clay to Ryan McGee. Coleman. Trey Keaton into the game for Navy. Ayala thought about a 3. Now it'll be Clay who takes it.
Here's their chance, Dan, to get over the hump and take the lead.
Harris can't get it to go. Good trap by the Marines. McGee Coleman keeps it alive. And the Navy will reset their half-court offense.
Ball screen here to end the shot clock.
Stone with the rebound. Quickly up ahead to Garello for 3. A rush shot.
Coach Mitchell working the refs again. Thought Garello was fouled in that 3-point shot. The refs showed great restraint in a close game, not giving him a tech.
Chris Harris with a great defensive play, almost made that steal. 7:55 to play. It's been a fast-moving second half.
Absolutely. We're in for a barn burner here at the finish in the last 8 minutes.
Marines have outscored Navy here in this second half.
And again, we saw that call earlier today. A deflection in the backcourt. The shot clock does not reset. 10-second violation. Turnover by Navy.
The Marines have outscored Navy 28-18 here in the second half.
They have shown some grit, some resilience in that championship medal. Chris Harris has a smile on his face. I think he's looking forward to the waning moments of the game.
It's going to be a good one. Harris, though, in trouble. Red clock's down to 5. He's going to have to hurry. Carter knows it. Carter gets a shot partially blocked. That's a shot clock violation. Good job defensively by Navy.
Absolutely. Navy's active on defense, forcing the Marines into tough shots. Again, the Marines Just can't get over the hump, just can't pull away right now. But again, we've got a lot of basketball left.
7:28 to play. It's a 1-point game. $7:28 to play. Folks still dancing out there.
Absolutely. The DJ has done an excellent job all week. The crowd loves it.
1-point game here, and we've had some scoring in this game. Tyler Nelson with 18 points. Ryan McGee-Coleman has chipped in 14 for Navy. Sellers has 12. For the Marines ledger, it is Chris Harris with 16, John Carter with 13, despite sitting out most of the first half with foul trouble. Ashley with 11. So we've seen some fireworks on both sides.
We have, and like you said, the Marines have outscored Navy 28-18 in the second half, cutting into that 11-point lead.
Off the hands of the Marines. So the ball will stay on this end of the floor. Marines giving Navy all they can handle. The Marines trying to get their first win of this tournament. And Sellers with 14 points now.
Sellers' eyes got wide when he saw 6'4" Stone trying to guard him. As Shaq would say, barbecue chicken.
Sellers averaging 7.5 in this tournament. So nearly double that output tonight. John Carter, his shot short. Underneath Stone, no. And Navy trying to extend now their 3-point lead. Sellers against Stewart. And Sellers making his presence felt.
Great post entry by Clay there. Showed, finally got the ball to Sellers' target. Turned, face, made a strong move to the basket.
Step back from Carter, yes.
Carter does an excellent job creating space off the dribble for his mid-range jump shot.
Back to a 3-point lead for Navy.
The Marines could really use a stop right here. Again, have to string some stops and scores together as Navy looks at Sellers, plays through him.
Sellers calling for the ball. Working against Harris, and a foul.
Great post play by Sellers. Didn't get the initial look on the post. Reposted, established his position. Clay again finding him. They do a good job of feeding the post and working through their big.
Sellers from Champlin, Minnesota. Let's take a look at that matchup with Harris again.
Sellers creating space, moving folks around down low, establishing himself in the paint.
He was recruited by UT San Antonio, Iona, and Cal Poly back in the day. Showing why tonight.
Absolutely. Good player.
Marines looking for some offense. And a two-shot foul coming up.
John Carter being aggressive on offense, catches it on the left wing, rip through, hard drive to the right in the middle of the paint. Rewarded with 2 shots.
Clay, the offending party, he's got 2. That's the 16th foul on Navy. So Carter at the free throw line, 0 for 1 tonight, and make that 0 for 2. See it again. Clay couldn't believe the call.
Good thing for the Marines. The next Navy foul puts them in the bonus. They'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
12 of 17 in the tournament from the charity stripe is Carter. But 0 for 3 in this game, but the Marines get the ball back.
Jalen Punter bailing his teammate out again, crashing the offensive rebound.
And Carter there, returning the favor.
Made up for those 2 missed free throws by crashing the offensive boards himself with the tip in, making it a 1-point game.
4:50 and counting. Second half. Sellers.
The Marines with another opportunity to take the lead.
Shot clock. Winds under 10. Carter. But Stewart there for the rebound. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nelson.
Coach Mitchell calling Carter's number again. Coming off the double at the top, then having his choice of left or right ball screen. Just didn't go in.
Bobby Miles back into the lineup for Navy. Harris on the baseline, knocked out by Ryan McGee-Coleman. That's 2 vets going toe-to-toe.
It is, and they're loving the action, jawing at each other. They've been here a time or 2.
That's what they live for, though.
Absolutely.
Tighter the game, the better the story, right?
I like that.
Shot clock expiring and a 3-shot foul opportunity for Chris Harris.
End of shot clock. Harris calls for the ball screen, attempts the 3, and gets fouled, goes to the line.
Ryan McGee-Coleman and Micah Bonner is a little surprised with the call. So Harris at the line to try to tie this game up. And he does just that. Let's look at that last play.
Coach might have a point.
Second free throw, yes.
Harris is not going to shy away from these moments. Again, veteran, wants the ball in crunch time.
He's got 18 points tonight, averaging 16.5 through the first 2 games, so that average going to creep up a little bit higher. Third free throw upcoming for the first sergeant. Two-point lead for the Marines. 3:54 to play. Don't go anywhere.
I can't take no breaks. Every game I'm never going in my aim. Putting numbers on the board when I play. Lift the trophy in the air, I can't wait. This time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, this time I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in.
bitch grain, but had the juice. Body gon' fill up the group, black 10 low without the roof, might send out the truth. Dunkin' like Mac, make lung, over shack on crazy, no whipping my how they got hoops. Watch how I snapping they neck, they so I don't need to respect, move, I act the fool. It's ludicrous, watch how I'm coming to your hate league team in a month. See, you got shooters, big time rolling up, but gonna hit a new rap, John got it, they got my shoes. All stay, get some insurance, running with a OG, get a dance, but they control your breathing. Fresh time, running up a wax, got a pack in a...
That's about how we feel right now watching this game.
Absolutely. It's good to be here. It's fun. Good game. Navy, Marines. 4 minutes left in the game.
Our 5th game coming up later on tonight. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. The crew would not be happy. We wouldn't be either. Ayala trying to tie this game up for Navy. 3:38 and counting here in the second half. And Jalen Punter with a big steal.
Again, Jalen Punter is like a Swiss Army knife. Does a little bit of everything for this team.
Carter underneath.
Great job by the Marines attacking the offensive glass, keeping the ball alive, getting second chance opportunities, and it pays off for them.
Pays off in a 4-point lead and a turnover as McGee Coleman fell down.
Navy attempted to execute a flare screen there. Unfortunately, Coleman fell down and they turned the ball over and threw it out of bounds.
So it'll be Joe Stone to inbound in front of the Navy bench. And the Marines a chance to push that lead just a touch further.
The Marines have outscored Navy by 15 points this half. Great job not only erasing the deficit, but taking the lead.
Shot clock set 4. Gonna have to get it up. And Navy down with the rebound, so not the shot they wanted.
Not at all. But let's see if they get it back here on defense by creating another stop.
And some miscommunicate again. And so Navy, for the last couple of possessions, not getting the shots or the opportunities they wanted.
Again, in post defense, the Marines like to front the post. Ayala tried to reverse seal. Coleman tried to find him, but it hit the rim and turned the ball over.
Clock winds under 2 minutes to play. Carter off balance, and he draws the foul, and Clay is in disbelief.
John Carter's patent move off the dribble. Dribble hard right, create space, step back, and attempt that mid-range jump shot. Drawing the foul.
Third foul on Clay. Noel Valdez is at the scorer's table to check in. And Carter is at the free throw line.
Great leadership here by Chris Harris, pulling his teammates together, telling him what he wants in the last 1:57 of the game as Carter's at the free throw line.
Carter does his job. He's got 20 points on the night, does John Carter, despite sitting so much of that first half.
Absolutely. That just goes to show that he is a bucket getter. You have shot makers and you have shot takers. Carter is definitely a shot maker.
At the Naval Academy, his career high was 26 points, 3 times against Army, Boston, and Loyola Maryland. And that one rattles home. And with 1:57 to play, Marines up by 6.
Dominate, dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate, dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate, dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate, 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 dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate, dominate, dominate.
1:57 to play here. The Marines with a 6-point lead over Navy. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back on the air right at noon. 4 games for you, Air Force and Navy. And it's going to be the men taking center stage in the noon contest, and the women to follow. Army versus Marine Corps in the nightcap.
The second round, the round robin here, where teams get a chance to face opponents they've already seen. So it'd be amazing to see what adjustments we see on the part of all the teams tomorrow.
Brian McGee-Coleman, Nelson, and a whistle. I was just doing the mental math. That's less than 16 hours from now, partner.
Rest up, partner.
Great job by our second audio-visual squadron crew. Those men and women working hard out in the truck, on the cameras.
Absolutely, and I hope everyone at home is enjoying it. The broadcast, Armed Forces Basketball Championship. Again, if you know any sports fans, basketball fans, tell them to tune in to the action.
Saw the foul on Nelson there. Second one on the way, it's good. He's got 20 points. So 2 20-point scores in this one. And Chris Harris is 1 point away from that mark.
It's a great offensive display by
Carter.
both teams.
Stone fighting for the rebound. And who came up with it? John Carter. 1:20 to play.
But just a sheer hustle by Nelson and Stewart to get on the floor shows how much it means to both of these teams.
Hunter, no. Stewart, yes.
You'd be hard-pressed to get a rebound in there with Punter and Stewart crashing the offensive glass. They do the dirty work, and it pays off again.
Ryan McGee-Coleman trying to get that three. Valdez to try to follow. And that ball is going to go out of bounds at a foul. And they're going to say Joe Stone ran over Valdez to get that ball.
Again, Punter involved in the action. He seeks the basketball out. He gets the basketball. He doesn't wait for it to come to him.
Valdez is at the free throw line. That foul on Stone was his first. It's 1-1 for Navy. Just the third point of the game for Valdez from North Wells, Pennsylvania. Coast Guard officer.
Look for full court pressure here by Navy. Coach Mitchell puts Rogers in the game, maybe expecting to be fouled. Put some free throw shooters in.
4-point lead for the Marines. We're under a minute to play here at the Smith Fitness Center. This one going down to the wire tonight between Navy and the Marines. 77-73, Marines with the lead, and they're going to inbound here against some full court pressure. Just so you know, Navy has 1 timeout left. The Marines got 2. And they put it in the old vet's hands.
Absolutely.
Harris to Rogers. Now it's Carter working against Clay. And Carter buried it.
How many times have we seen that tonight, Dan? Hard dribble right, create space, step back, drains a mid-range shot.
6-point lead. And an offensive foul called against Navy. and it's on Ayala.
Coach Bonner and Ayala disagree with that call. Ayala seems stationary, but the force of the hit might have gotten the official's attention, and a foul was called.
And so the task gets a little tougher for Navy. Harris almost lost it. And they're going to call a traveling violation. He tried to call timeout, but he was rolling around while he was doing it.
He did, and the officials didn't fall for it. Good job by them calling the correct call.
Punter back into the game. That was a mismatch. You had Will Rogers standing next to Ayala. And Rogers is going to come out as well. So defensive substitutions by Coach Mitchell.
Absolutely, and Punter and Stewart come back into the game. They've been a force inside.
And the ball out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Navy. 16.9 ticks left. Ayala for three. And it's John Carter down with the rebound. And he is going to get accosted by Brendan Clay.
I think the Marines can smell their first victory of this tournament. The defending champions will likely move to 1-2 as we head into the second phase of the round robin with their rematch with Army tomorrow.
Carter could almost ice the deal here.
Hopefully, he's missed a couple down the stretch, so we'll see if he can put this game away.
So Carter and his 23 points at the free throw line. Just 2 of 5 from the free throw line tonight, but he hits that one. Game high 24 now. It's 80-73. And Carter hits another. 8 seconds left. Valdez can't hit it. Jalen Punter is going to get the rebound, and that is going to be your ball game. 81-73. The Marines get their first win of this tournament.
What a way to end day 3, Dan, with the defending champions battling back after being down 11 at the halftime, showing that resilience, championship medal. And I think they're confident going into the next couple of days, but it starts tomorrow with the rematch with the Army, and we'll see how this goes.
25 points for John Carter. What a night for him. Chris Harris, 19 points in the winning effort. 20-point effort for Tyler Nelson. 16 points for Matt Sellers. 14 for Ryan McGee-Coleman, but it wasn't enough. Navy drops to 2-1, and the Marines improve to 1-2. That's going to wrap up our coverage from day number 3 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. For my partner, Joel Hines, our second audio-visual squad and crew, I'm Dan Hawkins. So long, good night from Fort Moore, Georgia.